happening right now. Is this real? I had to blink a few times. I was like, am I seeing properly?
This is exciting.
This is a first in Real Housewives history, and I'm so blessed and thankful that I'm here to be a part of it. I keep having these moments of like, am I really here? I'm using her mirror. She let me use her mirror to check my makeup, okay? She knows the storylines. I'm glad she's here. I'm so happy she's here. She's talking to us about us. Even if she roasts me, I'm still gonna be fangirling. You know? Yes. C'est la vie. It is like a party in the peak. I mean, RHOP season 6. One for the history books.
Boom, boom, boom. I'm just getting one with the girls. Real Housewives. We ain't here with the girls.
Like from now on, I have to do the in life. I have to do that from now on. The Queen Nicki Minaj came to our fucking reunion
With Sag Power.
with Sag Power, right? Don't forget, okay? Listen, we're mean, but with purpose.
That's right.
Understand?
All right, you pushing it.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to an all-new episode of Talk with TURKBISH. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. We are back for some new celebrity news, hot gossip on reality TV, and entertainment news. So we're going to dive right in, but before I do that, I want you guys to go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you hit those notification links so that you'll be the first one with my new videos. Let's go ahead and get right on into the good tea. So on Real Housewives of Potomac, Nicki hosted the Part 4 reunion, and it was epic. What I needed to say, she went in for the juggler. She wasted no time. She held back nothing, and this is the energy we were waiting for. Nicki addressed Ashley first. She said that Ashley was going to spill the tea about the 80 rumors to Wendy before Giselle can tell her, and it said that Ashley was being a little messy, being that she left, being that she felt like she had no storyline, and honestly, we can all agree with that. Nicki discussed the Eddie rumors and with Wendy about the booty models, and Wendy denied that the rumors were true based off a blog that was not credible. Nicki also read them about how Wendy may have felt, so they wanted the girls to take consideration of how Wendy may have felt about the rumors and how they handled the situation. Nicki also spoke about Juan and Robin's relationship, how it kind of looked like they were back on good terms and that their sex life was spicy and hot. Robin said that it was, so that's good for them. Nicki addressed the Green Eye Bandits, the Robin's "we" comment, saying that, are we gonna be mad at Wendy? And you know, honestly, that's what we all were thinking. Like, they're always buddy-buddy. The Green Eye Bandits, they always take up for each other. And so that's what led Nicki to address the Giselle and Robin lesbian rumors. Everybody wanted to know that. These are some questions that have been floating on the internet, and everybody wants to know it. It's no tea, no shade. So, in regards to lesbian rumors, she also brought up the Michael and Juan situation. She said, is Mike attracted to Juan? Everybody said yes, but Ashley. But it's okay for another man to have an attraction within a man. But I guess Nicki also spoke facts about how there's homophobia being prevalent in the black community. She also brought up how if a man will say suck your Disney to another man, especially if he's black, a lot of straight men do not take kind to that. So Nicki wanted that to be addressed, so she spoke nothing but tea, nothing but facts. She also addressed Giselle's Karen's ageism, and Bravo brought the receipts. We loved it. Nicki was able to finally get Giselle to be candid about her pastor, Jamal. Everybody knows she's been read for seasons about that, but hey, she finally opened up. She talked about how they began life with their church, and we love to see that have blossomed like that. We love to finally see Giselle open up. She never opens up, so that was great. Nicki was able to bring it out of her. Nicki also addressed Karen about the Giselle hotbox comment. She let Karen the Grand Dame know that was not cool to say. And Mia and her mom was also on the docket tonight. You know, Nicki discussed Mia and her mom's convo about her acting like her father and how that may have affected Mia. And Nicki wanted Mia to know, you know, that's something you may need to address. There has to be limitations with a mom and daughter's relationship. Boundaries, setting boundaries. Nicki also, in turn, addressed Mia's lies all season long. She lied about the Beckys. Bravo pulled the receipts on that too. She lied about the strip club versus the gentleman's club. There were a lot of receipts floating around about that gentleman's club that she was a part of. She also didn't want stripper to be the connotation that she held, so she rather called herself an entertainer, but we all look at it as the same thing. A gentleman's club versus a strip club, an entertainer versus a stripper, it all leads to the same thing. And she said that chicken wings would have been the determining factor. Really, Mia? Now, Nicki posed a $100 million question. If these ladies, Karen, Mia, and Ashley, had $100 million, would they have picked their elderly men to marry? They all said yes and that they loved it. And Mia is so self-centered about other people's husbands looking at her. So Nicki also took the time to address that very shortly after the $100 million question. Candace's mom came up in the conversation as well, you know, being that she has disrespected her daughter on TV, how it affected Candace's marriage, and she has not put her foot down enough for her mom. She said that she did after that had aired, and that she told her that it was not right, and it did affect her marriage, and that she took a few weeks of a break from her mother. But Nicki said that's not enough, because if someone keeps disrespecting you, they're going to keep disrespecting you. And Nicki, child, you spoke facts with that. We all have been accustomed to that before in our lives at once upon of a time. So the last thing that was really like the big funny thing was Candace's drive back singing a cappella. Nicki wanted her to sing. Candace was kind of like, what am I going to sing? Am I going to sing this? And everybody was kind of like just pushing her like, girl, this is your moment. Nicki Minaj is trying to give you a platform to display your talent. So of course, she went ahead and started to sing a cappella, and then they started talking about the sales. And Nicki asked all of the ladies on a 1 to 10 scale, you know, how did they think the success of Drive Back was? And the ladies were very shady about that. The questioning of streams and downloads came into play. Candace said that she had 500,000 streams and 20,000 album sales. Do you guys believe that? She was on Billboard and she was on iTunes. Who knows? Nicki also brought up the fact that she would have a record label, and she asked Candace, if I had a record label, what would be the first thing that you would try to appeal to me? And Candace said my vocal ability. So that's why she did sing the Drive Back sample to display her talent, and I think that it was a great thing. Now, Candace's raw vocals and Drive Back, we all now can see that she does have a little bit of talent, so a lot of people can kind of back up off of her and stop bullying her, because it's not right. But in the meantime, Mr. Bassett, Chris Bassett, had some very, very upsetting feelings about how the wording of and the questioning of Candace's music career was going that Nicki was asking. And it backfired him on Twitter. You guys need to take a look at this. Now, as you can see here, Nicki tweeted, Candy girl husband really need to sit his ass down, child. Laughing my ass off, pound Real Housewives of Potomac. Chris Bassett responded, I don't need to do nothing but support my wife. And another fan responded, if I was you, I would not, and you don't want this smoke. And another fan tweeted, Candy husband need to calm down before the Barbs found out all the info we need. Pound Real Housewives of Potomac, pound Real Housewives of Potomac reunion at Nicki Minaj. And as you can see, the Barbs ain't playing no games with these girls. Chris Bassett, calm down, because this was actually a great look for Candace. A lot of people on my social media, from what I saw, were praising Candace and said, hey, she does have talent. So maybe you can look at it in a great light rather than being negative. So that's all I have for Real Housewives of Potomac. Up next, we're going to discuss the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. It is getting juicy over there. Now, this is a new show, which is a Peacock original, the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, which is comprised of Kyle Richards from Beverly Hills, Teresa from New Jersey, Kenya and Cynthia from ATL, Luann from New York, Melissa from New Jersey, and the ultimate, the feisty, and the shisty Ramona from New York. Now, recently, Ramona and Kenya have been getting into it in the blogs a lot lately. So you guys have probably been seeing them go back and forth, being shady to each other. You have also seen Kenya throw so many darts at her in recent interviews with the rest of the cast that they've been going on these talk shows. And on the show, everything has reached the ultimate point, the peak. Ramona and Kenya have finally got into it. They got into it on the boat, and Kenya put her hands on Ramona. Isn't this the same girl who did not like physical violence, but she's touching another female? And Ramona pushed her buttons, and Kenya cannot take it. Kenya, you have met your match. Ramona does not care. She's a rich white woman, and she is slaying, honey. She is getting you all together, boo-boo. But I do think this is a great dynamic and it's a great first season. You guys should definitely check it out. You're going to be entertained. I am loving it so far myself. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to Peacock, get you a subscription, and check out the episodes that are available. Now, speaking of housewives, let's go ahead and talk about the lovely Porsha Williams and Porsha Family Matters. Now, I won't go too in deep with Porsha Family Matters because I'll be discussing that tomorrow at 8 p.m. on Candy Washington's channel with Life with Candy on Messy Mondays, so make sure you check that out on YouTube, you guys. But I will discuss a little bit about what was talked about. So they definitely called her the legendary Miss Porsha Williams. This was the name of the episode. They discussed the timeline. They discussed how Simon was at the end of his divorce with Falynn. Porsha was engaged while waiting, and the purpose of the show is for PR purposes to basically bring all of this drama to a closing stance and make sure that everybody gets an understanding of the timeline. And Bravo is also hungry for some messy tea, child. So Porsha wants to blend her family together. She's searching for a new home. Porsha's mom and sister is still carrying on a relationship with Dennis, and Porsha and Dennis are trying to make sure that they level out their relationship for the sake of, PJ and everything like that. Porsha discusses her anxiety, how social media has become a problem, especially when Simon has his Instagram posts about her, and so I can kind of understand why all of this is taking a toll on her. Simon does have a I don't give a fuck mentality because he loves her, and I'm loving to see Porsha and her mom's relationship. That is so healthy to see, and that is something that we always need to see in a great light, especially on reality TV. We don't get to see much of that. Now, Porsha does celebrate her 40th birthday as one of the ending scenes of the first episode. So you guys get to see her turn 40 and how she's living it up and how everything is coming twofold for her. So I'm proud of Porsha, and we're glad that you're living in your truth, Porsha. And we're going to be discussing that timeline tomorrow because I studied that episode as I watched it, and I want you guys to go and study it yourself. Make sure you check that out on Bravo. And if you thought that I was done with Porsha there, page 6 posted where Porsha Williams confessed that the optics don't look great when it comes to her engagement to her former co-star Falynn's estranged husband Simon. But Williams still assures fans people don't have all the facts in the trailer for her upcoming spinoff series. This was right before the spinoff. And it's interesting because Simon said that everything will all make sense in due time. Now, this is why I said that timeline is very important, because around the time that they were filming this show, they were trying to get into some things. Look at this picture. Ha! Falynn was pregnant around that time this was being filmed. Now, recently, Falynn gives birth to her baby girl with Jalen. So all along, you guys, that's why I said this timeline is very funny. We'll check that out tomorrow, and you'll get more tea on Life with Candy. Now, speaking of Candy, things ain't looking so sweet for Miss Sheree Whitfield. And if you guys remember, her prison bae, Tyron, aka Lie-Rone, which is what Nene nicknamed him because he's a criminal. Ultimately, allegedly. Hours before their scheduled meeting, Whitfield told Gilliams that she was bringing a camera crew with her because she wanted to film a scene with him in a restaurant. Gilliams couldn't shoot such a scene because he is currently under home confinement, house arrest. Leaving his house could have led to his reincarceration. While he had never had intentions of showing up, producers still decided to shoot the scene as though he was stood her up as his better half, according to TMZ. A photo then began circulating online that showed Sheree sitting at a table for two with a pair of menus on the table, which led some fans to assume her boyfriend was actually going to meet her there. Sources also said that the optics of the shoot worried Lie-Rone because of how the courts may have perceived them, according to TMZ. So this man just wanted to make sure that he wasn't being looked at in a bad light. And I can understand what he means because, he's not a part of the show, but he has been a part of the storyline for years. But I'm not fin to sit here and talk about Sheree Whitfield for too much longer. We'll just have to see how her story unfolds when the new season comes out of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Whenever that may be. We just don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But on to my last topic of this video, you guys. I want to discuss the Real World Homecoming Los Angeles. As you know, they brought back the Real World, which is the ultimate and the OG of reality TV. Honestly, this is where reality TV all began, and things just went up from there. They shaped what reality TV has become to be today, and we should be thankful. And Tammy was a part of that movement. So let's go ahead and discuss them bringing back the Real World cast. They have the original cast minus 2. So the people that are included on this cast include Glenn, Beth S, that nobody likes, Beth A, the lesbian, David, John, Irene, and one of the queens of reality TV, Tammy Roman. Now, Tammy went into a lot of different details on the Real World Homecoming. She discussed her body dysmorphia issues at the time, and her and David are already discussing that infamous scene from the Real World where he dragged her out of her bed and ripped off her covers while she was naked. And as the season went on, they tried to call him a rapist, and David wanted to come back and let everybody know how that scarred him, how it messed up his career. And Tammy also wanted to bring light to her body dysmorphia issues. So now everybody's in the house discussing that pivotal moment that is very traumatic for a lot of people that is in the house. And so we're going to see how all of that unfolds. The first episode just came out on Paramount, so you guys make sure to check that out. Thank you guys for tuning in. That is all the time that I have for you guys on this video, but there is more content to be coming soon, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. I tweeted Nicki tonight and said, "Who knew you being a host on a reunion show was exactly what the viewers of reality television needed. So proud of you, Queen. You ate." And here's a video of her liking my tweet. So I am grateful. Thank you, Nicki. I put my podcast and YouTube channel up there for her to see. Don't forget, you guys, that I'm going to be on Messy Mondays on Life with Candy Washington at 8 p.m. on YouTube. So you guys can go over to her channel, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit her notifications and do the same for me. So do you want the tea? Well, simply talk with TURKBISH. Just talk with me.